Hey guys, it's GPH Streams here once again, back with another episode of the Sevenknights Idol Adventure. So before we proceed to our tier list, please listen to this first. So first we will go to the new range type unit, that would be Magic Society Elk. So this Magic Society Elk is a range type, and by checking here our attack speed, we have here some decent attack speed. Just a recap, that is 176 attack speed. And we have here some decent basic attack, that is 450% of attack to the target. And also we have here also some decent crit hit attack in which it deals crit hit damage equal to 450% of attack to the target. And this acquires a celebrity buff for 2 seconds upon successful attack, and this is a self buff. And also it inflicts the target with a disintegration debuff on hit for 2 seconds. And the meaning of celebrity buff, it increases crit hit rate by 24% for herself, weakness attack rate by 24%, and also bonus damage rate by 24%. And the disintegration, it deals a damage equal to 20% of attack every 1 second. And I think this elk is best in tandem with the upcoming new hero that would be Truth. So finally, we have here the active skill called multi-house drop. It grants a revelation faith or the revelation of faith buff to allies for 10 seconds and deals also damage equal to 3,000 of attack in a 4-meter area around the target. And this skill is very decent in PvP, guys. And we have here also inflicts a scatter debuff for 10 seconds upon successful attack, and also inflicts stun debuff on the target for 1.5 seconds. So this revelation of faith, it increases the final accuracy by 24%, and this elk is very decent, especially for beginners, because we have here already the accuracy that is quite very high, that is at 24%. And this scatter is very decent in PvE, that increases the damage taken by 30%. And this is somehow like Lubo's skill. And next we have your stun, unable to attack, move, and skills become unavailable. So this stun debuff is very decent, guys, like other units like by Dom, although it has only 1.5 seconds. So by the time this unit casts on the enemy, it automatically disables the enemy for 1.5 seconds. And we have here some potential dice, that is a combination of attack and crit hit damage. And I would suggest, if you have a chance to get a crit hit damage, go for crit hit damage. And you don't need accuracy for this elk, especially for beginners, because elk has already a decent accuracy buff. Our next hero, that would be a High Lord Rudy. So High Lord Rudy is a melee type and not a tank. So if we'll check here the basic attack, we have here some below average, that is only at 250% of attack to the target. And we have here some crit hit attack, which it deals a crit hit damage equal to 250% of attack to the target. And this is below average also. So we need to compensate this. So it recovers a 15% of caster's HP and grants a Pilgrims of the Dawn buff for 2 seconds upon successful attack. And these Pilgrims of the Dawn, it increases final attack by 30%. So this is already compensated, but not much. And we have here also some crit hit damage, that is 24% increase. And we have here final weakness attack damage by 24%. And this is the best skill here, the weakness attack damage. And we have here the active skill called Castle Guard's Conviction. Grants Holy Fire's protection buff to the caster for 10 seconds. And also we have here Castle Guard's Conviction to buff allies for 10 seconds. This Holy Fire's protection, it nullifies the damage 10 times, and this makes Rudy a tank unit, not only a melee type unit. So it increases also the crit hit rate resist by 24%, and this makes Rudy quite tanky. And also the reduction rate, my god, I love these skills, guys. And the reduction rate by 24%. This effect cannot be removed. And we have here also the Castle Guard Conviction, in which this will buff to all allies, in which it increases the attack modifier of critical hits by 1.3 times. And for example, if you have 1 million damage or critical hit damage, that will become 1.3 million. And it increases the damage taken by 30%, and this will make all of your allies quite tanky in the game. And this effect cannot be removed with buff removal. So in addition, this decreased damage taken by 30% is very nice in PvP, guys. I really love this. So aside from that, we have here some power, in which this will increase the final attack for melee type heroes. So I chose this, but you can choose other stats for this Rudy. So we have here the rate info, especially if you are lucky, get this legendary, guys. There are so much of this buffs for all of your units. And then going back, we have here also some dice. So the perfect dice for Rudy, especially for mid-game to end-game players, get a full attack Rudy, so that it will compensate its normal attack and also its crit hit attack, because we have a very low normal attack and crit hit attack. So that is why I put here attack on the stats. But for beginners, I would suggest put crit rate, so that you can utilize Rudy as a tank as well as a DPS. So that is a hybrid Rudy. So our next unit, that would be Velica. So Velica was been revamped. So Velica is a range type unit, and even though she was not being revamped, Velica is already very decent since the beginning of this game. So we have here some basic attack. It deals damage equal to 300% of attack to the target. And also we have here some crit hit attack. They revised this. It deals a crit hit damage equal to 650% of attack to the target and makes the target tense upon successful attack, and also inflicts Witch Shadow debuff on targets with the Nightmare keyword for 2 seconds. And okay, we already know about tense, and this Witch Shadow, it increases the final defense by 30%, and this Velica is very nice in the Nightmare stage. So take note, Velica and also Medea, together with the new hero that is the partner of Medea, does not stack together. So we need to separate them in 3 teams. That would be in the Deep Nightmare stage, guys. So next up, we have here the active skill called Dark Flame. So they revised this. So it grants a blessing of the Dark Moon buff to the caster for 10 seconds, and it deals a damage equal to 2,000 of attack in a 2-meter area around the target. It inflicts a curse debuff for 10 seconds upon successful attack, and grants Witch of the Dark Moon to allies when Velica is in the formation. So this blessings of the Dark Moon, it increases crit hit rate by 24% and also an accuracy. That is very nice, guys. So I think this Velica does not need accuracy on its potential, and let's go to the attack or also crit hit damage. And we have here some curse, unable to recover, and Witch of the Dark Moon. This is for all of our allies buffs. So when attacking bosses inside the Nightmare, it increases final damage by 50%. So anyway, let's go now to our tier list. So guys, this is Sevenknights Idol Adventure PvE tier list, the Legendary Heroes August 25, 2024. And I revise our tier. We have here SS+, SS, we have here also SS-, S+, S, S-, A, B, and C. So I put a Rudy at the highest tier, that would be SS+, and we have here on this SS high and low. We have here also SS-, high and low. So on this SS high, I put here Branson Brancel together with Kyle. We have here also Regen Life and Magic Society Elk. And lower tier for that, that would be Teo, Shane, Son Wukong Clayton. We have here Karma, Lubo, Yonhi, and also Vanessa. And I put a Velica on this range. We have here on the SS- high. So Velica is quite decent now to use, especially in the Nightmare stage. Next on our PvP tier list, I added a triple S here for Rudy, and Rudy is quite nice also in PvP. And on this SS+, I put here Magic Society Elk on range, and Velica, I put this on SS tier. So I really love to use this Magic Elk on this range type, especially in PvP, together with this High Lord Rudy. Okay guys, so let's go to our potential. So Rudy is an exception here. We don't need to make Rudy to 5 stars in order to unlock those potentials, or neither 7 stars. So the best potential for Rudy, based on my test, that would be a full attack Rudy, and also a combination of attack and crit damage. So I have here some note. So Rudy has a below average normal attack and crit hit attack. So his attack should be boosted to compensate it. So that is the reason why I put a full attack build for Rudy, and the intent of this is that he is a monster in both PvP and PvE, and also in all game modes. Next, we have here another build that is a full crit rate Rudy. So this build is intended for beginners, and this Rudy is a hybrid semi-tank DPS, and I have here an intent that is a beginner's build. Okay, next that would be Elk. So Elk at 1 star, 3 times crit damage, full crit damage, and ideal is full crit damage. And at 7 stars, you can do a combination of attack and crit damage. And we have here some notes of best in tandem with Trude in PvP. So Trude will be the next hero or the next upcoming hero. So maybe I will pull that also. And this Elk is also decent in PvP with high AoE range. Next, that would be Velica. So Velica is still in crit damage, and at 7 stars, a combination of attack and crit damage. And the best thing about this Velica is that she is a decent unit in Nightmare stages, especially in the Deep Nightmare. Okay, so we have here an intent, a PvE Nightmare unit. You can also use this Velica in PvP, guys, because he has now, or she has now, a very decent accuracy. That is an accuracy bot. So guys, on my next video, maybe I will revise also our data sheet for all of our units. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again on my next videos. Bye-bye.